Hey everybody, this is Amit Kumar and you're watching Prince Tech Solutions. Welcome back again. In this tutorial, I'm going to test drive into Qlik Replicate. So what is Qlik Replicate? Qlik Replicate is nowadays a latest highly demanded and powerful ETL tool through which you can do database to database replications. So let us see how we can implement Qlik Replicate in our project, and in this video I'm going to show you how we can do data replication from MySQL to PostgreSQL. So most of us know that MySQL and PostgreSQL are two powerful open source databases. So I'll take you through the approach through which you can take the data from MySQL as a source and migrate to PostgreSQL as a destination, which in turn it is called as replications. So let's get into the Qlik replication environment. Alright, so as you can see, this is the Qlik replicate environment. It is a cloud-based ETL platform. So first of all, before we start doing anything, we have to configure source and destination endpoint. So let's go and start creating the endpoints. Now let us understand what is endpoint. Endpoint as the pathway to a particular entity. Here source is an entity and destination is an entity. So source will be our MySQL, which can be considered as a endpoint, and destination is PostgreSQL. That's also called as endpoint. So don't get confused. This is the BI and ETL language endpoint. So first of all, before doing any configurations, we have to make an endpoint over here. Okay. So click Manage Endpoint Connection in order to configure an endpoint. All right. So as you can see in this screen says that how we can manage an endpoint in Qlik Replicate. So first of all, what you have to do, you can click here new endpoint connections. So as I said, I have to create a MySQL source endpoint connection. Alright. So let's say MySQL source. Just for our understanding, we have to give the name in such a way that we should clearly understand with the name as it is what type of database and whether it is a source or destination. So that's why the nomenclature I've defined as MySQL, which is the environment, and type, it's a source or destination. So that's why I've given the name as source. Okay, and here you have to choose what type of database we will consider for our source. So as I said, I'll choose MySQL. I've chosen here. MySQL DB. Let's say I'm giving the server name as MySQL DB. This is my server name, and username should be root, and password I'm going to give here, and password I'm going to give here. So I have entered the password. So what all informations you need? You need to configure whether this connection is a source or destination. Of course, it is source for me. Server should be MySQL DB, and port number it's by default allocated here. And then before we save it, I need to ensure that the connection is working or not. So in order to do that, I have to Click test connection. Alright, so it is succeeded. Test connection succeeded. Now I can just save this endpoint. Great. My MySQL endpoint is connected. So what next? Now the next action item is we have to configure a target endpoint. So as I said, I have to create a target endpoint for my PostgreSQL. So go to the same. So on the same line, I have to create a endpoint for target. So okay, I have set the name as Postgres target. The role should be target, and here you need to choose the type of database. Postgres SQL. Alright. So I need to fill all these details over here. So I have filled all these details. Here my host name is PostgresDB and username is this one, and there's a database which I have is Qlik DB. So the same way I have to make a connection before I succeed. I need to check the connection. So test connection is succeeded. Here we go. I can see the green tick mark here and then save. So both of our source and target endpoints are configured. Through this icon, it is self-explanatory. Source is from this side, and destination is entering towards the database. Okay, so far the source and destination endpoints are added. Now we're good to start our new task. Now, what is task? Task is something which will perform data migration from one source or one source to multiple source, or one source to multiple destination. Yes. All right. So here now we have to choose new task. So we have three type of task options are here: full load, apply changes, and store changes. For now, we will enable full load only. Okay, so I've chosen full load. Now I need to give the name of the task. So let's say I'll give the name as MySQL to Postgre migration. Okay, this should be unidirectional. That means one-way data flow. And okay, so one task is added here. Inside that, we have to choose the necessary property. So here we have drop source endpoint here and drop target endpoint. So what are our source and target which we have already configured? Sources are MySQL. I need to drag it over here, and destination is PostgreSQL. Here we go. Okay, so we have configured the source and destination endpoints in the task. That means our point 1 to point B entities are configured. Now it's time to select the tables or the data which will be migrated from source MySQL to destination PostgreSQL. So for this, you need to go to table selections. We will see what all tables are available in MySQL which will be propagated to PostgreSQL. So this is the list of tables available over here. I need to choose the test drive, which is the schema of MySQL I have. Now I don't know the list of the tables available in the database under the test drive schema. So if I don't know the exact table names, I can simply use this percentage and search. With this, you will get all the list of the tables which are available in the MySQL database. So I have selected all. Simply Control plus A to select all the tables and then add. Also you have options. If you don't want to select all right here, you can select one by one, choose one table, click single button to add, or you don't need to choose anything. You simply click on add all, then all the tables will be chosen for going forward. Make sense? Okay, alright. So my tables are added. I need to select okay. That's fine. So I've got all the tables to the selected list. So what I'll do right now, I need to choose one table. Let's say I'll choose here as player table. Okay. So say in the player table, I'll just double click it to see the table schema. Player table has certain number of columns. In addition to that columns, I will add one more column called as full name. Okay, and take that details to the destination along with the full name. Okay, so here I need to go to the transform. I have double clicked that. I could see the table details over here. There are 20 there are 1266 rows or records. That's the record size. Okay, so record count is 18,000. Okay, so I'll just go to this, and over here I can see these are the fields available. I need to map the input and output. What will be the input fields and what will the output fields. If I need to map like this, it will be go like this exactly as it is in the dest source, or the same way it will go to the destination. But if you want to do some transformations or some changes in the destination table, right here is a console, you can do it. So you see here, source is player ID, in the destination will go to player ID, output is the destination, birth year, date, and everything is same. Now I have three things here: name, first name, last name, and given name. I'll just create a field called full name in the right side, which is in the destination table, and then I'll do the necessary customization in the expressions. Okay, so I repeat, as far as the source fields are there in the left side in the input, same fields are also available in the output. If I'll transfer it, the data will be transferred as it is, same as source. But I want an additional field which is called as the full name, and then I'll do the necessary customization over there. In addition to all the fields, full name one field will be there. In addition to this 24 fields columns, one column will be there called full name. So let me add one more column right side. Here the column name is going to be full name. I need to choose the data type. Let's say choosing this string, subtype is regular, and here it is fx. Fx stands for expression editor. So I'll just click here and I'll do the necessary customization over here. Here you can choose the fields which you need to use. So what I'll do, I'll just use a given name, first name and last name together over here, and then I'll test this expression. Make sense? I can choose the fields which I need to combine over here. So here from the left side panel, I'll choose given name, simply double click on this, then first name, double click on this, and then last name. Okay, I'll do the necessary uh, you know coding so that to make it differentiated. Now my expression is ready. So what I've given as a first name variable, given name variable, and first name and last name. So this is a separator through which I'll take the first name inside the bracket. Alright, so it's time to test whether our expression is working perfectly or not. So in order to do that, for testing, you need to parse the expression. So here I need to give the name, let's say first, middle, middle name, first name and last name. So let us test this expression whether it is working or not. Okay, alright, so the data output data will be look like this: first name, middle name and last name. Okay, so let us proceed with it. And after that you need to also proceed with this console table settings. So click OK to continue. Now you see in the source we have 24 columns, however in the destination there will be 25 columns. So in the PostgreSQL under this table you will have 25 columns. Okay, so my task is created. It's time to run the task. Okay, alright, so let us just proceed with run the task. But before that you need to save this project. My project is saved and we need to run this task. Here we go. My task is performing wonderfully and you see the transitions is nicely completing all the records from the source to destination. Great. So as you can see here, my task is fully loaded with the full load process and 27 tables are completed. There's no error. If you want to reload it once again, actually it's still loading. The data loading is in process, as you can see. So there is a process to stop it right now, but I'll not stop it. So it is executing. It will take a while to bring all the data from the source table to destination. In the right side panel, you can see the monitor. And it is showing the process, how the changes are happening. So this way the migration will happen from the source MySQL to destination, and then after stopping it, whatever the data would have been migrated, you can go and check in the PostgreSQL. So I think this is the more or less about the replication task. The approach is same. We can implement other transformations and other tasks by using the same process. I hope you have liked this video. If yes, then please give a thumbs up and please subscribe to stay connected with me. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.